And big changes are coming to the free entry at U.S. national parks, while MLK and Juneteenth days are now being dropped, and how people in Atlanta are feeling about that change. Welcome back to 11 Alive News at 4. New today, that's where we're going to begin. The family of Martin Luther King Jr. tells 11 Alive that it's, quote, beyond disappointing to see these changes made to the list of free entry days at national parks.
Yeah, so President Donald Trump, he made several changes over the weekend that would remove Martin Luther King Day and Juneteenth in exchange for President's Day and Flag Day, which is also President Trump's birthday. 11 Alive's Grace King joining us live from the Martin Luther King Jr. National Historical Site tonight. Grace, what did the King family tell you today?
Well, the King family says it's disappointing to see more doors closed at a time where we should be opening more doors for Americans to come together. They say national parks have long provided a sacred place for Americans to come together and remember their dad's legacy. They say that it's beyond disappointing to see that opportunity taken away. It's always free to honor Martin Luther King Jr. at the National Historical Site here in Atlanta.
Dr. King was one of the seminal forces in the civil rights movement. He's a son of Atlanta. He's a hero to the entire South and the entire nation.
But in 2026, the National Park Service won't waive entry fees to honor MLK Jr. elsewhere on his birthday for the first time since 2010.
It's extremely disappointing. There's no doubt about it.
State Senate Minority Leader Harold Jones says he's sad to see these changes take effect.
We ought to always celebrate our diversity. Instead, we're looking at diversity as a kind of a wedge point to bring us apart, when in reality, that's what actually makes America America.
The Department of Interior changed the fee-free days, limited to United States residents, removing Juneteenth, National Park Week, and Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and adding President's Day, Memorial Day, 4th of July weekend, President Theodore Roosevelt's birthday, and President Donald Trump's birthday, which falls on Flag Day. In a statement, Secretary Doug Burgum said these policies ensure that U.S. taxpayers who already support the national park system continue to enjoy affordable access, while international visitors contribute their fair share to maintaining and improving our parks for future generations. But Georgia NAACP President Gerald Griggs says the changes send the wrong message.
Minorities have the same rights as everybody else. We should celebrate all holidays, and we should not exclude out those that are designated, particularly for remembrance of key issues that happen to the minority community.
Now, I reached out to the National Park Service, but they told me they had no further comment about how these new dates were chosen. This location here is always free to visit, but others, like Kennesaw Mountain, do charge entry fees. Live in Sweet Auburn, Grace King, 11 Alive News.
Big news today, Grace. Response from that family. Thank you so much for getting that to us.